I'm out for my bread, they want me dead. I'm never scared, nah nah. Always ahead, always prepared. I know if you do, nada. Make them miss me with that bullshit. I don't want no drama. I know they like to lay revenge. I leave it to karma. So wetin I do? Ain't got no proof. I won't let it prove. I just want to chop this life. I don't want to let proof. Only proof. Jᴏɪṛ times 2. Allow me to flex.
Welcome, sport people. Welcome to the Monday edition of Mainland 98.3 FM Sports Cruise from 6 to 7 p.m. Your number one drive time sports show on the radio. And it's always my pleasure to have you. It's always a full house every Mondays to Fridays, and I've got my usual suspect, and they'll drive us through the round of the games and everything you need to know in the world of sport. Big games over the weekend. Barcelona made it 5 out of 5. For Real Madrid, it was a tale of who does what. 2 penalties in that game, and they had a victory. The North London derby as well. I mean, there's so much to talk about on the show today. There was F1 this weekend also. Did you know Tigers lost the final of the under 20 Afro Basketball Championship to Mali? I mean, we always talk about all of those as well. So you're welcome once again. I'm seeing Lamine Yamal right now, and I'm wondering how much of a generational talent this little kid is. It's just blown everyone. Daniel Olmo could actually be one of the signing of the season in the La Liga. He said it, 3 goals, 2 assists in just 4 games. How do you define that, guys? It's an amazing time on radio again. Like I said, it's Sport Cruise Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Oᴏᴜ. We're streaming live on all our social media platforms. Mainland 98.3 FM on Facebook, on X, formerly Twitter, Mainland 98.3 FM on Instagram and YouTube as well. The North London derby, not void of the regular, actions and, a lot of issues. But Arsenal, despite not having a few of their key players out, still were able to grant a result. 3 wins and a draw in their first 4 games of the season. Guys, how you guys doing? Let me start from Agbatomi. This weekend was a reality check for your club, Liverpool, and then what's guys?
Why are you starting with me this evening?
What do you mean?
I'm not feeling fancy.
Wait, let me understand something. Am I supposed to start with myself?
See.
Or am I supposed to? Are you supposed to tell me who to start with?
It was there.
He wanted to call in sick, by the way. So I told him. I said his employment here is still written in pencil. If you call in sick today, we will raise it, and it will be time to say goodbye.
I said slot is on.
Okay, I'm not feeling fine. Please, just try to
first
take it
victory for Nottingham Forest in over 60 years around field.
He has been avoiding it so far.
Odoi did the unthinkable. Cracker of a goal, no doubt about that. But I mean, let me ask you. Your club Liverpool have not considered a goal before that game. They won their first 3 games, and they've had Manchester United for the slaughter in that game. But against Nottingham Forest, in a game where Salah was off and a few other players as well, how much of a reality check is that for Liverpool?
Yeah, it was a big reality check for Liverpool, to be honest. I mean, the Liverpool were brought down back to earth, from cruising.
But you never left the earth now.
Yeah. Come on. But I just believe it's all because of the international break. The whole rhythm was the whole rhythm. No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
You didn't have players injured.
No players.
So what is not the excuse?
Hang on, guys. Don't set the fire up yet. I know how much Akintayo has been waiting for this moment to have a go at Agbatomi. We'll come to over that. Akintayo, Barcelona 5 out of 5, and Flick is doing an amazing job. 1-0 victory to 7-0 victory to 1-4 away from home against Girona, a team that a lot of people thought Barcelona was going to struggle against. Then there was Lamine Yamal. The quality of that assist, the quality of his goals. There's also Dani Olmo. What is the ceiling for Barcelona this season, especially with Hansi Flick's magic? Stuff.
Good evening, guys. All I can say is Hansi Flick football. That's all I can say.
It's not slot football now.
Okwemi.
Agbatomi,
when
calm
I
down.
remember slots, all that comes to mind is Kalu slot. And that is what you are getting to see from Liverpool fans. See, Liverpool fans are quite deluded at this point in time that they believe that them not conceding at this point in time of the season.
It's because they're so good.
Come on. You see, it is not rocket science. When you play some boogie teams, and so as a slot, I can't even pronounce his name anymore because
Anslot, we are slotting.
See,
not time for a slaughter.
The only slot I know is Kalu, and those at home that are listening, they know what I mean by slot. But that's aside, Hansi Flick is just a manager that at this point in time is just ticking every box, and the players seem to know what he wants, and they are trying, and they are doing that as well. They are following instruction. And one thing that I have observed so far this season is the fact that Lewandowski oftentimes he drop dips. So that he draws the defenders coming into the
allow both Dani Olmo and Rafinha
or Pedri, and you could see that.
I'm glad Gavi's back, by the way, almost a year out.
Of course, and
big plus to the team.
Exactly, and you could see that in play oftentimes so far this season. And trust me, it was a brilliant game, and when you win a game such as a Catalonia derby, it sets the ball
away from home.
Especially when you lose the game back to back.
Girona defeated Barcelona back to back last season.
Did you see the first 2 goals in that game? The first goal was a gift, practically a gift.
Okay.
The second goal as well was a gift. Girona didn't come to pass your quality. Girona made it easy for Barcelona yesterday. They made it easy for Barcelona.
If you said those goals were gifts,
the first goal was a gift.
An handball has won the World Cup before. Have you heard?
Well, I don't believe.
Have you heard of the hand of God?
Because
Real Madrid,
man of the match on Saturday. Was referee and penalty.
You failed to see the problems with your own club, but you have gone to look for things that are out of your reach. I understand, guys. We're due for our first break by 6 o'clock. When we come back, we'll talk quickly about F1, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It lived up to all the hype. See, I was streaming it live.
That is the best GP so far this season.
See, now you guys understand why I said Baku is my favorite. If I'm going to watch an F1 race live, my first is going to be Azerbaijan. I don't know how it's going to happen. It lived up to all of the billings. On the Constructors' Championship right now, it is not Max Verstappen. For the first time in 3 years, we're going to talk about all of that when we're done. And we're back from our first break. You're live from Mainland FM Sports Cruise. Myself and the guys, let's pay some bills.
When I show all of them with my circle, we play,
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. Sound of Lagos.
You dey find ways to save your data. You go first start out with your apps. Delete apps wey you no dey use, but other things go still dey. Some apps get data saver modes. Make you activate them to control the data usage. You fit also go your setting, make you off the auto updates them. Then make you also close apps wey you no dey use to save your data when you no dey use your apps. This small change go fit help you save your data well. For more information, make you go your mobile operator website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for better tips. Make we dey connect and enjoy our data use well. This message dey come from the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators wey join body with the Nigerian Communication Commission.
Hey there! there? Yes, you! You just won 5,000 naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 naira airtime and 2,000 naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
Guys, you need to check your NIN status. I cannot say this enough because the next batch of barring will start again soon. I know some of us have submitted our NIN multiple times, but your NIN has not been linked to your lines. Either because your picture on the MTN portal might be different from the one on your NIMC portal, or you got married and changed your name, or another person registered your line for you when you bought it, or you mistakenly used the wrong date of birth, and many other reasons. But don't worry, MTN has made it easier to link your NIN in just 2 minutes from the comfort of your home, office, or while you are on the move. No need to visit MTN office and join the queue. If you use a smartphone, you can visit nin.mtn.ng or dial *996*4# on your MTN line. Just follow the instruction and you are done in under 2 minutes. Remember, barring will start again very soon. Link your NIN to avoid stories that touch. MTN, what are we doing today?
You dey find ways to save your data. You go first start out with your apps. Delete apps wey you no dey use but other things go still dey. Some apps get data saver modes, make you activate them to control the data usage. You fit also go your setting, make you off the auto updates them. Then make you also close apps wey you no dey use to save your data when you no dey use your apps. This small change go fit help you save your data well. For more information, make you go your mobile operator website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for better tips. Make we dey connect and enjoy our data use well. This message dey come from the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators wey join body with the Nigerian Communication Commission.
Open defecation in Nigeria perpetuates a cycle of poor health, environmental degradation, and undermines human dignity. With approximately 47 million people practicing open defecation nationwide, Nigeria ranks among the top countries globally with the highest number of individuals who lack access to proper sanitation facilities. The stats look grim. The overriding effect in itself can be terrible to our general well-being. In that light, we from Mainland 98.3 FM call on the government to increase its effort in providing public toilets to end this scourge. And we also encourage the citizenry to imbibe proper hygiene and not defecate in public.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said?
Guys, you need to check your NIN status. I cannot say this enough because the next batch of barring will start again soon. I know some of us have submitted our NIN multiple times, but your NIN has not been linked to your lines. Either because your picture on the MTN portal might be different from the one on your NIMC portal, or you got married and changed your name, or another person registered your line for you when you bought it, or you mistakenly used the wrong date of birth, and many other reasons. But don't worry, MTN has made it easier to link your NIN in just 2 minutes from the comfort of your home, office, or while you are on the move. No need to visit MTN office and join the queue. If you use a smartphone, you can visit nin.mtn.ng or dial *996*4# on your MTN line. Just follow the instruction and you are done in under 2 minutes. Remember, barring will start again very soon. Link your NIN to avoid stories that touch. MTN, what are we doing today?
Hello, Twe. Hey, you just win 5,000 naira
naira cash. And you wey sidon for corner, 1 month Showmax subscription to watch Premier League dey wait for you. And you for back, no fear, you sef dey inside am. How 1,000 naira airtime and 2,000 naira Uber discount sound for your ear? All these things fit happen if you buy no unwrap and win pack. Tear am open, find cube wey get 6-digit code for wrapper, send the code go 8011 and follow wetin dem tell you, and you fit win any of these ogbonge prizes. This promo go dey from July go reach December. Terms and conditions dey sha o. Get extra value on top no unwrap and win pack. No, eat for good.
Guys, you need to check your NIN status. I cannot say this enough because the next batch of barring will start again soon. I know some of us have submitted our NIN multiple times, but your NIN has not been linked to your lines. Either because your picture on the MTN portal might be different from the one on your NIMC portal, or you got married and changed your name, or another person registered your line for you when you bought it, or you mistakenly used the wrong date of birth, and many other reasons. But don't worry, MTN has made it easier to link your NIN in just 2 minutes from the comfort of your home, office, or while you are on the move. No need to visit MTN office and join the queue. If you use a smartphone, you can visit nin.mtn.ng or dial *996*4# on your MTN line. Just follow the instruction and you are done in under 2 minutes. Remember, barring will start again very soon. Link your NIN to avoid stories that touch. MTN, what are we doing today?
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, somebody just texted me now. That was the title of the song I played earlier. That was Jogo by Skills. Amazing track. Beautiful video attached with it as well. I mean, it's just, you know, in our mood of keeping the evening good for you, especially as these days there's even no traffic right now. So these days there are fewer cars on the road, and you can calculate your movement now, except of course cost of transportation had gone really super crazy. But hey, I will find a way to always survive. And talking about survival, Tottenham Hotspur 4 points from available 12. I mean, this is one of the worst start they've had in 11 years. And Postecoglou says, you know what? In my second season, I always win something. Yes, they're participating in other cup competition. But I mean, you look at the balance, and you expect that the North London derby should be in their favor. Alafiori, they didn't have Kieran Training, they didn't have their new midfielder also that they just signed. A couple of their big players, were missing. But Arsenal still went down to the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and they were able to grind a result. 3 straight North London derby away win for Arsenal for the first time since about 1980s or thereabout. Yeah. How big of this result? I know the season is still early. Arsenal travels again to the Etihad Stadium to play the champions Man City after their Champions League game during the week against Atalanta. But it takes them just 2 points adrift of table topping Man City. closely followed by Newcastle United. But how much of a result, Akintayo, was that North London derby win for Arsenal?
Well, they needed it, especially dropping the points against Brighton. You know, when you, according to what pundits and even coaches alike and players as well used to say, you know, when you drop a point going in for the international break, it is often difficult because you have to live with it for a week or two to resume, you know. So
especially when you're on a decent run.
Exactly. So the score keeps on tricking in your head, and that was basically what happened. And like we often say, derby is often about who needed it the most. Form is not in the equation, and what happened was Arsenal needed it the most, and you could see that even via the goal from Gabriel. You know, it was a powerful header. Come on, you know, Romeo could have done better. It was an easy push by Gabriel on Romeo. Romeo is a World Cup winner. He could have stood very strong and firm. You know, he was too soft, and you know, the Premier League could not just, the referees, you know, coming into the new season, they've realized that every handball cannot just be a penalty. Every push can't just be a foul. You know, football is a game of contact, you know, and we could see that play out. Minimal push, and that same as well was also responsible for Haaland's goal against Brentford, the second goal. It was a minimal push. Pignot could not do anything, you know, and that was what happened to it yesterday at the North London derby. And trust me, oh boy, I don't wish to be a Tottenham fan. You know, you're talking about, you know, having 4 points in 12. Last season, their manager won 2 or 3 manager of the month on the bounce 3 times.
I remember by December they already voted him as the London manager of
he won manager of the month 3 times on the bounce. So you see, I want to say something, but if I should say that, trust me, the man on my right hand side is going to latch on it. But however, I will say which is the league is a marathon and not a sprint. However, that doesn't still take away that Nottingham Forest defeated Liverpool.
Okay.
Well, guys, we'll talk about some of those key games much later. But Akintayo, let's look at the F1 itself. I mean, it was a weekend that was big enough, and with all of the buzz and then the hype and the razzmatazz around the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Baku was a beautiful host. From the sprint race, the qualifiers from Friday, you always know that it is not going to be business as usual. On Saturday, there were weather projections that it could lead to a lot of issues and all of that. But Sunday delivered. It was like a full course meal, well served, well garnished, well spiced, and well seasoned. And for the first time in 3 years, Max Verstappen has been knocked off the Constructors' Championship table, although he's still leading the driver's table itself. But how big of a race was Azerbaijan this weekend? And take us through the intricacies and then those flash moments. Perez wanted to have a stake and a go in this one, but some unfortunate decision. Take us through that conversation.
Well, it was a bad one for the Brits, which is Lando Norris. You know, he ended the qualifying practice by 17th. It was 17th on the pole. You know, so when you starting on the 17th and you are aiming for the championship, trust me, you are just appearing as not being serious. But him now surpassing Verstappen, you know, eventually ending up as fourth, you know, in that race was a very, very brilliant one. It was a brilliant drive, and well,
I think it was the driver of the day.
It was, you know, but Piastri, since Piastri got over Leclerc on the 19th from the 19th lap, trust me, it felt as if he was not going there. He made good advantage of the DRS. As soon as he got into the DRS mode, he took advantage of it, and from that 19th lap,
he just kept going.
He kept on going and never looked back. And trust me, there was chop and change as usual.
He made his pit stop, which I think was super smart. You know, they started on the soft tires, and by the time he was making his pit stop, almost everyone had made their own pit stop. So by the time he got in, I think that was like the fastest switch, 2.9 seconds for that race.
They all made one stop each, but Verstappen made 2. He was trying to undercut, you know, the driver, and because he was aiming for the fastest lap. Because once you get the fastest lap going towards the end of the Grand Prix, you get a point. He was trying to get that point, but guess what? You know, it's just the law of nature. You know, there are some things that just don't have power over, and that was what happened at the 50th lap. We saw madness, and there is nothing you can use to describe it other than madness, and that was Perez and come on. To me, it felt as if that
I don't think so. I don't think it was intentional.
Size, trust me, I felt like there was no point Size running into, because it appeared that he ran into Perez, and Perez was seen as. Perez is often seen as the king of the streets. We saw him in Monaco. He was gun blazing, and going into Singapore next weekend. Trust me,
be crazy.
Perez and because we have 8 street circuits in Formula 1, and Singapore is one of them, and we're having back-to-back street circuit, and Perez is needing to prove a point, and having Piastri getting the win actually extended the lead of McLaren on the constructors table to 20 points. And with the driver championship, there was little that Norris could do, even though he tried very hard, coming from 17th position, ending up as 4th, even though he would have been at 5th, but due to the issue of Size and Perez, they had to disqualify them, and that was what made both Verstappen and Norris end up as 4th and 5th respectively, and just having just 2 points, gaining 2 points ahead of Verstappen. Imagine if he had started on a pole position, he would have finished on the podium. Even if it were to be a third, that would be 3-7 points ahead of Verstappen. But him finishing 4th eventually ahead of Verstappen, it was a very good one, very good weekend for McLaren, even though it was not the one they have wanted. And one thing I wanted to take note of, we talked about on Friday what happened between the two McLarens. We were talking about the team having to give instructions of whenever there's a 50-50, you know what, Piastri, allow Norris to take the charge, and that was what happened. We didn't see Norris take the charge, but however, what we noticed was the team actually instructed Norris to hold on Perez, and guess what? And that was for the championship. What Norris did was hold off Perez to ensure that Perez does not get in front, so as not to ensure that, come on, it was a beautiful game.
It was smart, but I really feel for Mercedes. The fact that Hamilton leaves at the end of this season, and then
Ferrari has been on fire this season. They might not get the noise because of Norris is actually having.
I think they got their engines so well. Their combination with Honda is going crazy right now.
They have had a very good car this season. Trust me, next season bringing in a season
experience
winner,
one of the most technically gifted ever,
if not the best Formula 1 driver.
It looks like he's going to win
after Max Schumacher. Trust me, bringing in Hamilton going in towards next season. Wow. See, all I can tell Red Bull is
be careful.
Day your day.
Be careful. Day your day. He's talking about Akintayo. Say day your day. Dampy is texting and he says, good evening to the 3 wise men. I'm enjoying the banter. Please light it up more. We need more banters. Agbata, please take it easy with Tommy because he's my man. I'm also a Liverpool fan, but I'm enjoying your banter. Go. Please, I never miss the show because of the banter. Please, you guys are the best. But watch out for Liverpool #1 in the Premier League this year. Thank you. My name is Dampy from Igondo. Dampy, how can you be saying Liverpool
#1 in men's side or where? Agbatomi, you have something to say.
Go and watch the highlights. There was a push on Gabriel's goal. Well, that's gone.
It was limited.
But I see back-to-back loss for Arsenal this week. That's Raheem from Agege. Agbatomi, it's tough for us not to go back to the North London Derby conversation. It talked about little details. Here on Friday, we're doing the starting 11 combined, and somebody was saying, Van der Ven could be brought in, and I said, if it is not broken, don't fix it. And we saw David Raya crazy in that game, kept Arsenal in the game till they got the win. Then we also saw Saliba and Gabriel was, apart from just getting them the 3 points, he was crazy in that game. We also saw Timber. We saw quite a lot. Could this be Arsenal's season? Little details. They're going into the season with one of the smallest squad, just 22 players or thereabout. Now, a lot of people felt they were going to strong with North London derby against their most creative player, which is their captain Odegaard, and their most expensive signing, which is also their main man, which is Declan Rice. Declan Rice is going to be back against Man City, but it doesn't look like Martin Odegaard will be. But how much of a win was that, and could this be Arsenal season?
Yeah, it was a big win for Arsenal. To be honest, I mentioned at the beginning of the season that I really feel like Arsenal could nick the title in the boards this season due to the fact that Manchester City are already 4 times consecutive champions. You know, you want to say they are probably not going to feel that hunger, but hey, Manchester City are still blazing hot at the moment. But then, I mean, navigating that win over Tottenham in a way everyone didn't expect. I think that Raya was very instrumental in that particular game, keeping them, you know, in the side, keeping them in the game rather until Gabriel scored. Saka was also fantastic in that game. The 2 centre backs for Arsenal, Gabriel as well as Saliba, we mentioned how instrumental and important they were to Arsenal. But then, I mean, it was a good game. Tottenham in the first half came up and we were pressing Arsenal.
So you mean was quiet in that game?
Yeah, it was.
I think Lewandowski was more of in the game than
Sonny. You mean I even feel what is his name now? Dominic Solanke was also quiet as well. You know, expensive
signing was also good.
It was good in that particular game. Bissouma, Sarr, they had average games. I mean, we talked about.
We thought Sarr was going to start.
Yeah, we thought he was going to start. But even when he came on, Okoyemi,
he had a decent game,
but
it's difficult to get Partey off that midfield. It was such a strong position, such a strong player.
On Friday, I talked about how Jorginho was going to, play so well. Unfortunately, as well, I think he only completed about 19 passes in that game. But I think his experience was there to be seen. You can't take anything away from Jorginho. I mean, the way he tried as much as possible to blend with Thomas Partey in the midfield, trusted as well. You know, all players that started for us now started brightly, and yes, I think this season might be the season where Arsenal rather gets the title.
I can tell you. Let's talk about squad depth. A lot of people have said your first team or your starting 11 could be lucky to go on a whole lot of run of games and not get injured. Arsenal were lucky with that last season. They had games where, you know, they had like 80% of the same set of players played about 13 games on a stretch in and out. But we also saw Raheem Sterling popping yesterday. He didn't have enough time to make such, differences. We also saw Nwaneri also popped in, 17-year-old, youngest player to play for Arsenal in the league. How important will squad depth be for Arsenal this season?
Well, they need to go far in any competition.
Because they have 4 competitions they are playing.
They need it, and you can't underestimate what squad depth might do. I understand why Arteta might not want to have a big squad, so as not to disrupt proceedings, when the team is doing well. And like you said before, when you wanted to talk about the North London derby, which is that if it's not broken, don't fix it. So when you have a winning team, it's often difficult for you to try to break it. And I believe that was the reason why Arteta was just being cautious of the players he brings in. But trust me, it was a good game yesterday. Both teams had their chances. It was about who wanted it the most, and Arsenal proved that they wanted the most. Tottenham were not as lethal that we would have expected them to be. They did not take their chances. Solanke he gave everything he could give. But the issue is when you don't, like what Everton fans used to say, feed the yak, and that's Yakubu. Once you feed him the ball, he's going to score. But once you don't feed your striker, you don't expect manners to fall from heaven.
Guys, before we leave these games, Manchester United, was it a case of Southampton not turning up, or Manchester United having a good game? Agbatomi.
Southampton clearly didn't turn up on Saturday. I saw the game.
They were playing at St. Mary's.
At St. Mary's, they got the penalty that Diego Dalot fouled. The young midfielder for Southampton, and then Archer could not convert that penalty.
That felt like a back pass.
mean,
that was lame.
I mean, that attempt was, obviously not gonna penetrate Onana's. They also even got the rebound. But I think from that moment onward, Manchester United began to grow into the game. They scored 3 goals and bang, that's just it for. And then Southampton as well even got a red card in that particular one. So yes, big win for Manchester United.
Akintayo, Manchester City. They said no be false report case they win. Call police, they win case. Jan Wiesa, first minutes touch on the tail of the cobra, and the Manchester City responded. Haaland.
Well,
I mean, I'm coming. I was going through some numbers this season, and then I looked at Messi's goals at 23. I looked at Ronaldo's goals at 23. Well. I look at Haaland. Guys, this can't scare you.
Okay.
At 23, Ronaldo had only 1 hat trick. At 23, Haaland already has 20 professional hat tricks. 20 hat tricks at 23.
Okay.
Guys, no, I'm going somewhere. They've always complained that he's not an all-round player, that he waits, he gets fed, he does the job. But look at the number of goals he scored already this season. Look at the all-round play he brings to Man City. How unstoppable is Manchester City?
See, Haaland is the first player that will score 9 goals in 4 games.
Premier League games.
Haaland has 9 goals, more than the 19 clubs have talking about goals. No, not even combined. I mean, all 19 clubs in English Premier League don't have up to 9 goals as a team.
Let me tell you an interesting fact. Okay, Haaland has played 4 games, 85 touches, 20 shots, 9 goals. Touches per goal 9.4. See, that all tells you about a player that lost someone very dear to him in the midweek. He went into that game, it was brutal. And when if you watch Brentford games against Manchester City, especially at the Etihad, they've always had a knack at the win. And last season they had the win 2-1. They scored early last season. They had Ivan Toney that was running riot. This time around, there was no Ivan Toney to rescue them. And oh boy, the goal came in and it felt like Manchester City, as if they woke up a lion.
Even I think we need to give what's his name now? The goalkeeper for Manchester City. Iирsᴛ, for having his fourth career assist.
He has an assist more than Anthony of Manchester United. He has an assist more than over 80 million pounds.
For a winger that was bought for over 100 million pounds.
Ajax president was so curious. I was like, wow.
Let me break it down. Gabriel of Arsenal has scored 15 goals in 135 games. 15 goals.
Don't do this.
I'm coming. Hang on. Then there's also Pokoli. Sorry, why do I keep calling him Pokoli? There's Anthony, and he has scored 5 goals in 55 games. Gabriel was signed for 26 million euros from the French league. Anthony was signed for 103 million euros from the. I remember he almost boycotted training with Ajax when he wanted to fox his move.
See,
I'm not even going to talk about him.
He was the player that scored three consecutive in his first 3 matches. He was leading the league.
I remember his first game in the Premier League was against Arsenal.
Of course,
he made a mess of them. Yes,
he was on fire. And
what went wrong?
It's not about
should he leave the way Jadon Sancho moved to Chelsea and his first game
it is not just about that.
Game.
See, when you're an average player, you're an average player. And like
is Antonio an average player?
He is an average player. And like
is Manchester United an average team?
No, he's not Manchester United.
Manchester United rather is the 4th now.
Okay, hang on.
You look at Antonio.
Have you seen Ahmad's record?
When Ahmad came to Manchester United from Atlanta, he flopped at that season.
He came in injured.
You look at Rashford. Rashford
eventually got his first shot on goal.
See, Agbatomi is making.
I just feel it's just the
you are not feeling. You're only feeling your defeat. You're only feeling your defeat. See. I'll tell you for a fact.
I don't have to talk now.
In this decade, and this is for a fact, in this decade, Amman is the only an average team. I'll tell you something that I often say, and it's something one of my neighbor, blessed memory, Uncle Nee used to say, which is that when a player leaves a team and it goes to a bigger team, like let's say a Barcelona, a Real Madrid, what he does in Eden, or what he does that people would just overlook in his previous team, he would never get away with it when he moves to those teams. And that is what is happening to Anthony. When he left Ajax and he went to Manchester United, an average given by people, he doesn't get the press. Right now he's having the press. He had an issue with his girlfriend whereby there was a rape allegation.
How many Manchester United players will get the press in the past 2 seasons? Marcus Rashford,
come on,
Sancho,
leave Doctor. Doctor is only just feeding the poor. It's only just the only time Rashford comes to play is only when there's a child that is in need. That is the only time he gets to come and play.
That's unfair.
I've said it repeatedly. Marcus Rashford is not a player you want at an elite level.
Victor
Osimhen will give you flat. He didn't score, but let's let it go.
I mean, let's talk about it. A classic case of I'm here now. I have a point to prove. I also want to still make myself available to still, if possible, command a massive transfer fee by end of the season. Moving into Turkey, a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm not going to shine or get the attention in Turkey. I mean, he got a goal, even though the goal was eventually credited to someone else. While a lot of people, went to the press with it. Even the famous Fabrizio Romano actually tweeted about it. Even the official handle of Galatasaray already tweeted and made a video and all of that to announce the goal. But does he have to prove anything to anyone in the Turkish league, Abatomi?
Nothing.
I mean, a lot of people felt like, you know what? You're still young to go there. Should have stayed. Should have done this. Lukaku is also getting in the goals. 2 goals this weekend and an assist for Napoli, making 3 goals in 3 games for Napoli. Do you think Turkey move was the right one for Victor Osimhen?
Definitely, Victor Osimhen cannot just stay on the bench in Napoli with Lukaku.
Bench? He was deregistered.
He was even deregistered as a matter of fact. So I mean, I couldn't have imagined a scenario. So his move to Turkey, of course, was a good one. His first game as well. After the game, he climbed up to meet the Galatasaray ultras as well.
He had to pay respect to those boys.
Respect to them. You need to see the way these fans love Victor Osimhen. We just haven't played one game for Galatasaray. I mean, it was crazy. The sight was crazy. They had to help him up the ramp when he was climbing the ramp, and I mean, to see
flaws.
They upped him up, but let's just leave all of that aside. He could have got his first goal rather in the first game. Unfortunately, it was given to another person. But I think he had a good game in that particular game. Galatasaray won 5 goals to nil. You want to see Victor Osimhen's profile, or should I say luck, rub off on the team. But then fantastic performance for Galatasaray, and I hope, just like I've said in the past, that going to set his own.
Which rob are they robbing? Their last game they won 4-1. Which rob are they robbing?
I mean, it was a different feel that particular game. Akintayo. It was a different move.
I have nothing against. It was a different move. Osimhen is not playing. We still not take anything away from the greatness of Galatasaray, and that is a fact. It is not about me speaking.
Okay.
But, however, Osimhen being there actually proved a lot to himself.
Galatasaray's game was on TV.
See, like I said, it proved a lot to him. And what do I mean by that? It's nice having him back in Europe, back in a place whereby he was loved, and just as the way he was loved in Napoli, you could see that even after the game when he was walking, going into his car, you could see the fans. He was taking turns with the fans, taking pictures, and I believe that you see, as a player, all you want in life is to be happy. And that is what we saw with Jadon Sancho with Chelsea. He played as if he was happy. And
he said since the first day I arrived at Cobhams, they've welcomed him. Now, let me take a quote that Eritrea just made about Anthony. And it says, Anthony has just 1 appearance for Manchester United this season. And it says, we have training every day. And the players have to earn the right to play. When players are doing the right things in training, when the attitude is good and they show performance in training, then they will earn the right to play. does this take us back to the conversation of it not being a Manchester United problem, but a certain Anthony's problem?
It's not Anthony, it's about the manager.
But the manager just talked about attitude in training. Perhaps Anthony not putting in enough shit.
The same thing Fernando said when he had issues with Sancho about Sancho's attitude in training.
He said
the same thing about Ronaldo. See, we just can't keep getting
if you follow Ten Hag's history right from when he was in Ajax, he has had this issue with his players. See, it's just a manager that will just ride on luck. Ten Hag is not a manager that will take Manchester United to anywhere in this world, and that is a fact.
Yeah, people. Let's talk to our callers. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Your name and where are you calling from?
This is Aḻāṛɪ from Zaboyaba.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm with you, Aḻāṛɪ.
You are saying, you are asking if it is a good move for Osimhen to go to Galatasaray. Yeah, I think if you are happy, I don't think you can just, if you are happy anywhere, I think everything will work for you. Now, no club wants him in Europe, right? Now, Gala offer him such contract. I think it's best for him to go there, and he's doing well. They love him there. I think he will score more goals there. And as for you are saying something about Anthony, we should not forget that this man Ten Hag that you are talking down on is one that brought him from Ajax. He knows.
All the players he brought from Ajax, from Onana to Anthony, which of them have given him apart from Martinez?
Yes, if you are not doing well, he will say it out now. I don't think if this guy is doing well in training, I don't think he will have any problem with him.
Sure,
he will play him now.
He asked for him.
We complaining. Yeah, why is he starting Rashford? Why is he starting Rashford? Do you know? Do you ever ask? What was this guy doing in training? Rashford. Maybe he's putting his best,
and eventually got a go. Thank you, thank you very much. On Facebook, Ogunbode Lukman says, "Good evening, guys, and I always enjoy your show, even though I'm not in Lagos. But the app has been helpful, or else I will miss you guys. But don't worry, we'll go with you all the way on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X, formerly Twitter, Mainland90.3 FM. You can also download the Radio Garden and search for us so that you don't miss us too much. Hello, good evening, Onome.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good evening to the guys in the house.
Good evening.
You guys are doing a lovely job.
Thank you very much.
So I would like to ask one thing. If Ten Hag is not a good manager, my own personal opinion, go and watch Ajax Real Madrid 2019. When
they knocked out Madrid.
Hold on. Let me go and watch the game. Go and watch Ajax and watch Ajax Tottenham. Who was their coach? Watch that game. I mean, I had United fan for over 2 decades now. No jokes. I will give you proof if you want. That's the other guy that was criticizing Ten Hag. He has own fault in it. But bro, Sancho is earning over £300,000 at United.
That's a lot of money.
Please, sir.
Do nothing.
Tell me, sir.
So sorry, please. Can I?
He is a magic fan. Hold on. Tell me a 5 straight game that he has won at least half of the game. I watch him. I don't criticize players. That he has won a man of the match. Please bring it out for me. That is number one. He went to Ajax. The PR are trying to do something, blow something out of proportion. Are you with me? I didn't see anything of an improvement. Just a Bundesliga is slower than the English team.
Thank you.
He cannot his way and just find a way.
Thank you.
Adyemi, I watched him in the final. Adyemi was the outstanding player on that final.
Thank you very much. I think the conversation around Manchester United, Erik ten Hag being a good or not a good manager, this is his 3rd season, and I don't know how much longer Manchester United fans will need to wait before the fans start to turn against him. Damilola Odishola on Facebook says, good evening, guys in the studio. Ademola Lookman has really improved his game and taken it to the next level. He's one of the top 3 wingers in the world currently with his form. Do you agree with that? good weekend. No doubt about that. There's also Victor Boniface that had a good weekend.
He played 61 games.
Let's talk to you, Fᴜᴏ. Hello, Fᴜᴏ. Sorry, guys. You're welcome.
Let me just quickly contribute to Sinead issue. Very interesting. You can say that even everybody, to me, I'm very happy for him. Because if he did not move, you cannot be out of job for almost a season. At least going to that talking is going to also improve his proverb. At the end of the day, if he can end the season with them and also winning a trophy, since they are playing in Europa League, yes, let's what's up. If you can win the Turkish League, locally Europa League also. At the end of the day, he may also move to a better club. Nobody can even respect. For me, I'm happy for that. Yes,
thank you. Thank you very much, Fᴜᴏ. I mean, the whole conversation around African Footballer of the Year in waiting crown Brahim Diaz. But in 2024, for club and country, Demola Lookman has made 25 goals contribution for club and country in 2024. 17 goals, 8 assists. He's ahead on that list, ahead of Mohamed Salah with 23, Brahim Diaz with 20, Aubameyang with 19, Nicholas Jackson with 16, Yohan Wissa with 16. 25 goals, excluding penalties. I mean, it looks to me like a player that is ready for the next big stage. Perhaps move away from maybe Atalanta. Move over to
He was almost getting.
Remember, I was at Premier League.
Yeah, it was
from Everton to Leicester City.
He came from Leipzig. He came from Leipzig to Everton.
From Chelsea.
It was almost
all that he period is he should ensure that his goals and assists are between 22 to 30
to the end of the season, and he'll get that big money move.
Once he would get,
and I think Atalanta were actually ready to cash out on him. Sorry, let's talk to ᴜᴜ.
Hello,
my guy. How far?
Yeah, I do. What's up now?
Good. How was your weekend?
Fine. Good evening, guys.
Good evening,
I want to ask one question. How Ahmad flop? How did he flop in his first season?
Ahmad flopped in his first season now, coming in from Atlanta.
How many games did he play?
True.
He scored one goal against who was that? AC Milan in Champions League. That was practically his only game. How many games did he play in that season before he got injured and was ruled out the following season? How many games? You can't say he flopped now if he wasn't even given the opportunity to flop.
Very true.
If he was good enough, he would get his opportunity.
I mean, that's
right? There was change of manager.
Was that was it. He was bought for PF reasons, not because he was going to be a starter. Look at Wood's starting line of points that time. He wasn't bought he wasn't bought to be a first player. So I can't call him a flop. He flopped at Rangers. He flopped at Rangers. He redeemed himself at Sunderland. But anyway, for those players that are stopping in mind, they basically just be shouting, "I am chosen."
ᴜᴜ, bye for now. before Lion carry you, or before they shoot AK-47 4 times, and it don't enter your body. Hello, good evening. Hello. It's a lie. Why did ᴜᴜ bring choosing into this conversation? Why where did you take us to? Hello, good evening, Uche.
Hello.
Good evening.
This is Uche calling from Orime.
You're welcome.
Okay, the same and veteran and right one.
Hey! I know where you're going to.
Why can't you talk about Modric? Do you know how much Modric is from where is he?
From Shakhtar Donetsk.
Modric and Anthony, which one is the better player? We have a team now to choose one.
He's between the devil and the deep blue sea. Oh, deep gone. Guys, let's do this real quick. Martinelli, Anthony.
Let's
keep it to those two of them. Let's keep it to Anthony and Modric. Sell one and then shoot one.
See, personal, I believe that The price tag is one of the things that has affected both of them.
I think so too.
Massive, when you're coming.
Let's do this real quick. Hello, good evening, Wumi.
Good evening, gentlemen in the studio.
You're welcome.
Yeah. In your discussion, those two guys between the devil and the deep blue sea, there's nothing, nothing to write about those two guys, man. Just even about the price tag, they've not justified the huge amount invested on them, and they're young stars. So we are going to forget all the distraction that went about the South American episode about his affairs with a lady in South America, in Brazil. Maybe they keep on saying that's what distracted him. So he has to justify that in Manchester United, or they put him on loan. Then again, let me quickly make this on Ademola Lookman. Look, the guy has earned his skill, so much so that Nigeria will stand to benefit. I wish we had gotten Dominic Solanke along with him. But what is Dominic Solanke eventually play for England?
He played in some friendly.
But he has not played a competitive game for them.
As long as he does not represent them at the World Cup, he can still play for another country.
Okay, so
that's
exactly what we are going to.
Thank you. Wrap up your thought, guys. We need to leave the studio.
We have 3 good strikers. We have Victor Boniface.
Boniface got a goal for himself this weekend. 2 goals and assists.
We have Awuni that can play. See, that's one of the reasons why Nigeria is not even looking for Tammy Abraham.
That front is competitive enough.
Personally, I need a player like Eze. We need a 10. We need someone that can link the midfield to the strike position.
Or a player like Michael Olise.
That's all that we need. We don't need any more number 9. We have abundance of number 9.
You people like good things. I understand.
Even under Anthony here, we'll see number 9. Number 9 is nothing. Champions League tomorrow.
Damilola Odishola says, you mentioned the service, satellite service providers. They are now showing Turkish Super League because of Victor Osimhen coming to the league on so. I'm not supposed to make free publicity for those two media spaces. They can come partner with us if they want us to do that.
Facts.
Champions League returns tomorrow. I mean, by 6 o'clock we'll have enough time. There's Champions League Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it's so bad that almost the days of the week Chelsea will still not be playing Champions League.
Manchester United will be playing the Carabao Cup. Is it third round tomorrow? Yes. When Champions League is being played. Quite unfortunate.
Guys, this is so unfair. Thank you so much for being a part of the production. By 7 o'clock is live is good with Cordelia Okpe, and of course this show returns tomorrow by 6 o'clock. Keep your dial locked on Mainland 98.3 FM. Big shout out to the guys in the studio, Agbatomi, Akintayo, Shehu, and Pelumi. Big shout out to you guys for being a part of the production today. We'll be back tomorrow. My name is Okwemi Akere. Make sure that in everything you do, keep talking sports. Bye for now. Just